are again at CES 2009, and I'm with Paul from Vuzix. And this kind of, it makes me think of the Matrix. That's what it makes me think of. But before we talk about that, let's talk about Vuzix and the history of your products and how it's developed over the years.
Okay, Fiona. Well, thanks a lot for letting Vuzix give you guys a bit of background here. Vuzix has been at this business since 1992, making what people called head-mounted displays. These were great big helmet-style devices that kind of sound like what they were. They were head-mounted things. What we did in the last few years, we built a line of products called Video Eyewear. That's a brand new category, kind of like an MP3 player.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of them at the show, actually.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them coming out. Vuzix makes the premier line of them. And in fact, it started with Vuzix, I think. The whole concept here is the first line of products they were eyewear, and the idea was to make a home theater system that you could put in your pocket. So these guys, the earlier line, you can see this, these guys right here are all about putting a 52-inch or a 62-inch home theater system
right in front of your eye.
Right in front of your eyes. Right? So you put these guys on, you get this big screen, and what's really cool is they're 3D. And we have a few pair of them that are actually interactive.
What do you mean they're 3D compared to the other ones?
Yeah, so when you put these guys on and you play video that was encoded in 3D, like a lot of the new stuff coming out of Hollywood, literally it's like the movie comes alive in front of your eyes, right out in front of you.
That's a lot. We've actually seen a lot of 3D stuff at the show as well. So
it's 3D, it's interactive kinds of stuff, and that's what these products allow you to do. And so these are personal home theater 3D devices. What we've done this year is we're introducing a brand new line of product. These were the Eyewear line. Right. The new line is the Wrap line.
Say that again?
It's the Wrap line. Wrap as in they wrap around like sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
And this happens to have a camera mounted on them. That's one of the options that you can get for it. But you can see they're just like sunglasses. And the idea is these guys are see-through. So you can still watch movies and all of that sort of stuff with them. But with the peripherals like these cameras and a tracking system, you can actually have the phone that you're walking with know where you are in space and where you're looking in space.
Okay, I am blonde, so you might have to just slow down a little bit. First off, you said they're see-through, so you're walking along. Well, okay, you're not going to be walking along while you're watching a movie, are you?
Yeah, actually, probably not watching a movie at all.
That's probably not a good idea.
No,
but if they're see-through, does that mean you can see the world around you?
When you put these things on, they look just like you're looking through a pair of sunglasses. So imagine you got your sunglasses on, just like normal sunglasses, right? Yeah. So now imagine you take your iPhone out and you're trying to find a Thai restaurant in New York City.
Okay.
So you look for Thai restaurant with the mapping software that's inside of your iPhone.
Yep.
And all those pins that come down on the map that represent places where there's Thai restaurants, when you have the glasses on, you see the outside world, but floating over the buildings are giant hot air balloons that are where the pins are in the map. So 2 blocks away to this one, 3 blocks away to that one. When you pick the one you want,
how do you pick? Do you need to do that with the iPhone?
Well, as you look with the glasses, they'll light up for you. So this one's a block away, that one's 5 blocks away. You get the one you like, you press the screen on the iPhone.
Right, okay.
And then
so you can't actually reach out and touch it? We're not there yet.
Not today.
No, not yet.
But with the camera options that you can buy for these guys, and with the mobile internet devices that are coming, you'll be able to look at your fingers out in space, and you'll be able to type and interact with the computer-generated world out in front of you.
That's spooky, isn't it? Yeah.
In this case, the goal is to number one, bring gaming into your living room, or number two, help you navigate in New York City. So when you finally find the restaurant that you want, you can get an avatar to walk with you to the restaurant. So just like you have a GPS in your car, but in this case, it can actually be a person that turns around and talks to you and say, follow me, I'll help you get to the restaurant. That's the vision for where Vuzix is taking this.
And how far away is this vision?
So these glasses will ship this summer. And the peripherals for the tracking technology will be this summer. It's only a function of getting the content on the devices so that they can...
And who's developing the content?
We have thousands of software developer kits in the field. They're with companies like Microsoft, etc. And we're talking with companies like Google, etc. So you can imagine Android in the Google phones and those kinds of devices having these capabilities.
Yeah. And what about Apple? Talking with Apple as well? Oh, he laughed.
We do talk with Apple.
Well, there's a lot of third-party applications.
There are lots of them, right? And I don't know if you noticed, but when you take an iPhone out and you run an application, the application comes right up and often says, can I use your current location?
Yes, yes.
And that's what that stuff is all about. Current
all
location.
about positioning where you are in the world. Yeah.
Location-aware applications. Well, if you have a location-aware application with a device that can actually put video out to our glasses, you can tie the real world into the computer-generated world, and that's what these next-generation devices are about. Hey, but guess what, guys? You can still watch your movies on them. It still supports 3D.
Okay, so you can do the same.
Yeah, it does all the same stuff
as the older
Eyewear
models
line
did,
does, but it's got some of these new capabilities, and they're a lot cooler to wear.
Okay, and how much more does it cost compared to the old models?
We haven't really set a price point yet.
Right.
I can say that it's the Premier line, so it's going to be a bit more expensive, especially to start with.
Yeah, but like all new technologies, everything comes down in price in the end.
They come down in price and they get higher in resolution, and that's the treadmill that Vuzix is on, just like most electronics companies.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome, Fiona. Thanks for taking the time to listen.
So you're just going to demonstrate for us how, this is just like the prototype, right?
Yeah, that's right. This is an early prototype. The production units, as I mentioned earlier, will be coming out this summer. And the idea behind this one is this is a prototype camera system. The production ones will be tiny guys like you can see in the back of your iPhone today, right? In this particular case, if you look down here, you can see there's a marker that says Vuzix down here. And we have this thing plugged into a computer down underneath. The camera is looking at this marker. And if I put my finger on it here, you'll notice when you guys cut this in later that there's a barn sitting on top of that, and it's absolutely pasted right to the surface of this piece of paper. I can pick it up, move it around, look around. So you can imagine walking down the street and having street signs and information and numbers on the sides of the houses.
Yeah, so you've really actually got this stuff working. It's just a matter of making a use for it.
Yes, and you can see that it's spatially oriented. It moves in and out. It's really literally stuck right to the car. And what you put on those markers, this is marker-based technology. There's other kinds of technology that allows you to not have anything in space, just the pair of cameras. And you can put almost anything you want. You can see there's a car out there. So this could maybe I'm at home and I'm looking at vehicles and I'm trying to decide which one I want to buy and what color. I could rotate the colors, I could look inside, and all this stuff could be in my living room.
An advertiser's dream, huh?
An advertiser's dream. You know what else you can do? Instead of playing Xbox up on that screen, literally you can take the characters off the screen and put them right in your living room. So you'd look down on your desktop and the guys would be walking around, they'd be fighting each other, you and your friends looking around the table together.
Let the Wookiee win, huh?
Yes, exactly. Well, in Star Wars, the movie, the very first one, the little chess players that came out and fought each other, it's that kind of stuff.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.